So that's booked it. Right, welcome back guys. So before we get into that little intro video, before we get into what that one's all about, I just want to say a massive thank you to Vince and Sue at Twisted Koi, because today they held their 2023 Koi Tuber event down at Vince's. Absolutely fantastic day, honestly guys. Like an idiot, I didn't record anything. There were that many people there, you know. I was just talking, blabbing, and it just totally passes you by, you know. I mean, I'm not best of people to start recording in front of loads of people anyway, because I feel like an idiot myself. But like I say, I just got talking. I just totally forgot to even record anything. But there's going to be plenty of videos out there. Vince is going to have loads of footage, and other people what were there is going to have footage as well, so you're not going to miss out. But yeah, absolutely fantastic day guys. Just a friendly atmosphere. Sue putting on an absolutely fantastic spread. Cheese and ham sandwiches, or ham and cheese sandwiches. You know Sue. Well no, tuna, sausage rolls, buns, crisps, you name it, it was there. So yeah, I couldn't complain. You know what us northerners are like. You know, once there's a buffet on, you guarantee we're ready for snap. So yeah, like I say, once again, I just want to say a massive thanks to Vince and Sue. Everyone that were down there too. Oh, bloody thing always goes off when I'm talking. Sorry guys, as I was saying. What was I saying? Yeah, everyone what were there, absolutely fantastic. Met some new faces. My man Jigsy, what an absolute pleasure to be able to put a face to the name. What a legend, guys. If you've never checked Jigsy out before, Jigs's Mountain View Koi Pond, go and check his channel out guys. He's an absolutely fantastic guy. First time I've ever met him. I've never been able to put face to the name because he doesn't show himself on camera, bless him, but he is a genuine guy. So go and check Jigsy out, show him some support. Then we had Matt down there from Koi Central. Absolute pleasure to meet Matt. I've never met Matt before. Really nice guy, so go and check his channel out guys. Who else did we have down there? We had Sharpie from Sharpie's Koi. There we go, Sharpie's Koi, thank you very much. We had Mr. Westcliff himself, Ronald McDonald, thank you very much buddy. Andy, Derby Koi, Bisley of course, Graham. Now bone to pick, let me show you something before we get into what I've got. So we've got a fish box. Someone's responsible for that. Now apparently Bisley did it, but I'm not too sure. I mean, I thought me and Bisley were friends, you know. I was chucking him quite a few balls, tennis balls I was throwing him. He put lipstick out a few times. Bisley is my mate now. Chucked him ball a few times, and yeah, so I'm holding Andy accountable for that. I don't care what he says. But yeah guys, there were just too many there. I can't remember everybody. Oh, Rick, we're down there, New Forest Koi. I'll show you what he's got from me in a second. But Rick come up with this idea, you'll see it in videos anyway, that we're going to do something a little bit fun for people that were there. So he bought a vat, he bought 6 kahaku and an absolutely stunning little kajaku that obviously been bred on his farm down New Forest Koi. And he had a challenge for everyone. Whoever won this challenge won this kajaku. Now the challenge was, you had a piece of paper, 6 fish on it, A to F, and basically what you had to do is the 6 fish, there was 2 from Dainichi, 2 from Sakai, and 2 from New Forest, and we had to be judges. Who'd have thought? Now these fish, what was in the challenge, had already been judged by Ricky himself, by Alan Tate, and by Chris from Koi Wholesale. So they were the 3 main judges. So that's what we was aiming for. We was aiming to guess what the other judges had said that was their best fish. We had to be judges, and we had to, everyone who were there had to judge these fish to what they thought was the best to worst. And also we had numbers 1 to 6, 1 being the best, 6 being the worst, and then also we had to write down which breeder we thought each fish belonged to. So that was fun. Anyway, it turns out Rocket Boy ends up winning it. He got 5 on them right. Rocket Boy. Well done, Dave. So Dave ended up winning Kajaku. Absolutely stunning. I got 4 right. I'm not going to mention that Skeggy didn't get any right, because that wouldn't be fair. You know I'm only messing, Skeg. Anyway, yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic day, guys. Just watch the videos, what's going to be out there, Vince's. By the time this goes up, you might have already seen them, probably. But yeah, Rick bought something for me, so let's go and see what it is. So here's the show, guys. This is what Rick's provided me with. A very nice gesture from Rick at New Forest Koi. So this is one of his homebred shower from the New Forest, and it's an absolutely cracking little fish. Clean as you like. Some nice sumi to develop from underneath the skin. Absolutely quality skin on it. Quality kiwa, sashi. Very nice little fish. So the whole purpose of this fish, guys, is to be a bit, as much as of a shame that as it is, the whole purpose of this fish is to be a little bit of a guinea pig for me, to see whether this will kick anything off within the pond. So this fish, obviously all New Forest's fish are obviously bred on their farm, goes without saying, they're not imported. So that means that because this fish has never actually left the farm, it's never really been exposed to anything. So if this goes in my pond, technically, in theory, if there's anything in there, it should kick something off. So if anything's going to show, this fish really should be an indicator within 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, because my water's at 25 degrees, so my bacteria levels are still very active. And obviously, we being a Go Sankey, Go Sank is typically renowned for being quite a weak strain anyway. They're not as hardy fish as such as your Chago, your Karashis and your Chibas and things like that. They're quite a weak fish, to be fair. So if anything's gonna kick it off, then more than likely it's going to be one of these little English bred fish. So that's the plan with this fish. Like I say, it is a really nice little fish, so I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be absolutely fine, because with a little bit of size on this fish and a little bit more development that's got to come through, I think it's going to be a cracking little fish. So I think Rick said this fish is bred from a Momotaro female and a Isa male, so it's got, it's come from good genetics. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens in future with this fish. And like I say, we just have to hope for the best that it doesn't succumb to anything. So that's that. What I'm going to do now with this fish, it's had a very long journey, it's been splashed about in bag, it's going to be stressed. I'm going to let it acclimatise a little bit. I'm going to put a bit of salt in bowl weight just to try and chill it out a little bit. I'm going to get a couple of pictures and get it in pond, I think. So thank you very much, Rick. Very, very good of you. Appreciate it very much, pal. It's just been acclimatising for a bit, had a bit of salt in weight, ready to be let free. So I've given it a quick measure, 19 cm as it is now. So hopefully if it pulls through and survives and nothing crops up on it, then I look forward to seeing what this fish can be like come end of October. So for now we shall let it free and discuss the beginning of the video with you, the intro, and then we'll take it from there. Right, now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, to what the intro was all about. Well, I'll flip the camera around and I shall show you. One bottom drain diffuser lid, one diffuser lid connection. Any guesses? Snapped. So what happened was my bottom drain here had been leaking for a little bit, and I noticed that air bubbles had been coming up from underneath the diffuser. Quite big bubbles every now and again, just popping up, glugging up, and I noticed that the diffuser lid had been bouncing like that because air had been getting trapped underneath. And as a result of that, because air had been getting trapped underneath the diffuser, waste hadn't been able to be pulled in properly. It's been coming in, but every now and again it'd blow it back out because of air trapped underneath the diffuser. So I thought, right, I don't really want it, but I'm going to have to get in and I'm going to have to take the diffuser lid off, and it's probably just wants a bit more PTFE or something putting on thread at diffuser. So that was the plan. So I got in, got diffuser off, wrapped some PTFE up on it, and then went back down to screw it back on. So I took it down, went down to the bottom. Now trying to line the thread up with the female thread what sits inside the base of the bottom drain, and as I was lining them up I was sort of holding the diffuser with one hand and sort of keeping myself held down, shall we say, with my other hand onto the base of the bottom drain, onto the pipe what sticks up, and I was trying to get it lined up and screw it back on, and then all of a sudden, crack. This pissing thing snaps off, and as you can imagine, I was not impressed. Not one bit. So what does that mean now? Well, it means I've got a bottom drain that is open, which gives a few concerns for a start, because it means there's the potential for a fish to try and work its way into my bottom drain. Now I think the chags, the shower, the achiba, I don't think they'd try. The kahaku, I don't think it's small enough anymore to attempt to try and go in it, so I'm not really too concerned about that. And I've been watching them, and they've not been too fussed. They've been a bit curious. They've had a look round it and been picking a bit of algae off from our edges, but other than that, they've not been bothered. They've not really been near it. But I have been watching them, but I'm a bit concerned about the shower what's just gone in. I'm going to have to keep a really close eye on it. Now, worst case scenario, it's going to swim through my bottom drain and it's going to end up in my drum filter. Now, it's not ideal, but at least it's not going to get mashed up in a pump. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. If I do notice it missing, if it's not in my filter, it's not in pond, then it can only be either in bottom drain or jumped out somewhere. But I don't think it will. I gave me drains a flush anyway, so like I said, I'll be keeping an eye out fish, make sure that it is there at all times. But what it means is, in order for me to fix this issue properly and re-glue it, I'm going to have to drain my pond. Yeah. So that's a bit of a bar stool. So I'm going to have to drain all my pond down to fix the issue. Now I want to leave it as long as possible before I have to drain it, because at the beginning of August, 2 or 3 weeks, I've got 2 weeks off work, so that's going to give me plenty of time to get done and do whatever I need to do. I've got a pool what I can set up to put the fish into. I'll pump some water out, pump it into the pool, get fish in there, and then drain pond and do what I need to do. But I'm just trying, like I said, I'm just trying to hold off for as long as I possibly can, until I do that. So at the minute I'm just watching like an hawk, watching these fish, just to try and make sure that they keep away from the bloody bottom drain. One thing after another. If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck. But what I am also thinking about doing, while I've got the opportunity, because I've got to drain it, what I'm thinking of doing is looking at possibly altering the shed around. Now I'll spin camera around and I'll show you what I want to do, or what I've wanted to do for quite some time now. So as it is at the minute, put you on wide angle, you come into the shed, you come in here, I've got my drum over there, my moving bed there, and this bit's kind of doing note really. But ideally what I want to do is I want to relocate the bottom drain to over here, just in the entranceway, just at the side of the door there, then my drum filter, and then what that'll do then is that'll give me all this room around here to work with for different filter setups, a bigger moving bed filter. Oh yeah, ideally that's what I would like to do, because it's going to give me quite a few more options inside my shed, and like I say, to get a bigger moving bed in, because I've been wanting a bigger moving bed in for some time, and I know I do need a bigger moving bed. But the only ball ache, what's going to stop me from doing the bloody thing again, so as I was saying, the only ball ache that is going to stop me from doing this, or not so much stop me, but from putting me off, is altering the bottom drain. To do it, I've got to whip these floorboards up here, and then the bottom drain goes underneath the shed. It goes down, obviously in the ground, underneath the shed and to the pond what's on the other side there. But I've got to get these up and dig right down to cut the bottom drain, to alter it, to take it that way, to bring it back up. So that's going to be alright ball ache. And I'm turtling, so I'm going a minute.
Later that day.
Sorry about that, guys. Feel 3 stone lighter. I know, sorry. Disgusting. Anyway, what are I talking about? I don't know. Bottom drain. Anyway, yeah, so dig down there, elbow up there, drum filter, alter that. I'll have to move that. Then it'll give me options to do what I want around here, and a bigger moving bed, and whatever. I could put other filtration in as well, but I just think it'll give me a lot more space for extra filtration, bigger moving bed, etc, etc. So all being well, hopefully I want to try and pluck up the enthusiasm and encourage myself as much as possible and get the motivation, because when I'm off work I don't want to do nothing, because, well, when you're off work and you're home, you just don't want to do it, do you? Well, I don't anyway. Work is for work, home is for chill out. But if you don't do these jobs when you're off work, you never get them done, because trying to get jobs done in week when you come home from work is nigh on impossible. So if I'm going to do it, then it's going to be when I'm off work, but we'll wait and see. I'll try and get the enthusiasm and motivation to do it. I do need to do it, it needs doing, but as I've mentioned plenty of times in the past, guys, you know me, my worst and least favourite job in the world is digging. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be enough of the talking rubbish for tonight. It's been a very long day. I'm tired. I've been up since, well, I would say I've been up since 5, but I haven't, because I set my alarm for 4:45. Alarm went off, turned it off, went back to sleep. Went off at 5 o'clock, turned it off, went back to sleep, woke up at 5:45. So I had to quickly get ready and get shot off to go and pick Knott's Ripper up. So yeah, it's been a long day, but a great day. Tomorrow I've got a few things I want to get done. I need to do a water change tomorrow, drain will be flushed tomorrow, and I've also got a new UV for the drum filter, what needs going in, courtesy of Skegness Pond Supplies, Daz Shelton. Thank you very much. Go and check Daz's shop out, guys, and his YouTube channel, links in the description. Brilliant service as always. Moaning at me earlier because I didn't let him know he'd come, but that's skeggy. Right, I'm off, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I might show you how to put that how to change UV in Filtreau drum for those that's got one and don't know how to do it or haven't done it or whatever, but we'll have a look anyway. I've never changed it myself before, so it'll be a learning curve for me as well. Right, see you in a bit, guys. Morning, guys. Sunday today, and the fishes survived through the night, and it's been up having a feed. Don't know whether you can see it just down there. So it's not gone down bottom drain, it's not been eaten, so at the minute all is okay. We'll have to keep an eye on it. My plans for today is, like I say, I need to get my water change done, flush my bottom drain, and get this UV fitted in drum filter. And Mrs wants me to nip her to get some marshmallows or something. God knows what she's got planned. So I'm going to get it all set up, get ready to get it drained, and I should catch back with you guys later. Right, that's draining now, guys. It's going out down there. Now obviously, because I've got no air diffuser on my line, on my bottom drain should I say, because I've had to switch my system off, obviously there's no water circulation and no air going in, so I've had to break out my other air pump and just chuck a temporary air line in whilst I get it back up and running. Just off of this pump here, so that'll do them for the time being until it's up and running again. So while that's emptying now, I'm going to get some sodium thiosulfate mixed up, ready for when it's emptied and ready for filling back up. And then while it's emptying, I'm going to have to nip Mrs to Morrison's. Right then, guys, so pond's now drained. I've been to the shop with missus, so now I can get back on with what I was doing. So while my drum's empty, I'm going to get this old UV out. Now I don't know whether I'm going to need to take the pipe off between my moving bed filter and the drum filter, because it's quite tight with where the actual unit sits. Just down there, that comes out there. I'm just hoping there's enough room underneath this pipe here to be able to pull it out, but if not, I'm going to have to take that bit of pipe off to get it out. There's still a little bit of water left in bottom of there, what I'm going to have to get out before I pull it out, otherwise I'm going to get water all over its shed. And also what I'm going to do, for you guys out there with drum filters, make sure you keep your float switches clean, because they do get gammed up, and that's when they start failing. If they can't shut off properly or whatever, then that's when you start coming into issues. So I'm going to get this rinsed off now and clean it up, so we avoid that problem happening. Right, I've got the UV out, guys, and the quartz sleeve. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean up, get the old bulb out, and get the new bad boy fitted. That just comes out of there. Doesn't look too bad, but you're definitely ready. It's been in well over a year, probably a year and a half. Well, since drum filter was put in, really. So it's over a year and a half, something like that. So that's going to be growing. The new one is here. But like I say, I'll get this quartz sleeve cleaned up first, and get it back in. Came out okay. I didn't have to take that pipe off between me moving bed and my drum, so that's good. Right, I'll get this cleaned back up, guys, and get it back in place. Right, so this back in here. Like so. Making sure that your rubber is still on, so you get a nice good seal on your quartz so nothing leaks. Sorry about how I'm having to do this, it's a little bit awkward. Down here. So that's sat in there nice. And then with this, with your bulb and the actual unit here, you've got two pins that are wider apart than two of the others, as you can see on here. So really simple, just a matter of lining those pins up with these on your bulb. Bit difficult. Right, I'm gonna have to put this down, guys, while I do this, because it's awkward down here. Right, that's the UV all back in, guys. That's all in there nicely, sealed up. Float switch clean. So it's just a matter now of getting this bad boy filling again. Got me sodium thiosulfate to get it pond before I get it topped back up. Let's get this back on here. Back on there. That's that. That's that back on there. And get this in. Some at this end. I had to plug my return holes up just to stop the little one from trying to swim into returns while it pumps off, because that's happened to me before with a couple of little ones. Swum into returns while it pump were off and ended up getting stuck. I found them a few days later. So right, that's in back in there now, guys. So get this back on. That's that. Bottom drain's open. So it's just a matter of leaving it now, guys, to fill back up. I'll have to take that cage out and get that crap out of the skimmer. But other than that, guys, that's about me for the day, I think. Done everything that I wanted to get done. Bottom drains purged, pond where the water changed, got my UV changed. My fish has survived the night. Let's hope it stays that way and it can survive another night and survive a bit longer till I can get that that diffuser sorted. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.